Gaze into your eyes. Oh, I love the way. You wait for a time to escape all your demons. Show me a sign of life to feel the feeling. So what are you waiting for? Standing clear side of you. Is there a meaning to behold? Nothing can get past you. We could try to outrun this earth. At least hide away from the demons within us. You don't talk at all, just surrender to the lonely road. Left with nowhere to run, held by the curse we know. So what are you waiting for? Standing clear side of you. Is there a meaning to behold? Nothing can get past you. We could try to outrun this earth. At least hide away from the demons within us. I didn't know you, but I wanna hear say if you had a feeling. Cause I'm living out today, I haven't seen your face, though that from far away. Oh, isn't that fake for you? All I wanted is a chance, I just needed an excuse to see you. You can't take your pretty face and march outside. I opened the door for you. It wasn't love between us, it wasn't time they called us. You need to let this go every day. Just forget it how I walk. Just forget it how I was. Just forget it how I was. Hey, I guess this is me, writing songs of a love far gone. But I guess I have to. Now we became 2 ones from 1 2. I read already 3 pages and 2 years of my life. Look what you made me do. I smile, no thanks to you. You can't take your pretty face and march outside. I opened the door for you. It wasn't love between us. It wasn't time we caught us. You need to let this go. If you just forget who the hell I was.
All right, welcome everybody. We can definitely take a look at Twist. What's going on, Weebos? How you doing, Henry? Let's get into it. All right, welcome everybody to a great Thursday. Let's take a not X, however you pronounce your name. Welcome. Thank you for the follow. All right, let's start off. Welcome everybody. I hope you're having an amazing Thursday morning, afternoon, wherever you are. A couple of disclaimers before we start off. I am not a financial advisor. This is not financial advice. I am just a trader trading my own shit. All the tools I'll be using on the stream can be found on the bapigindicator.com website. These guys make the best mathematics-based indicators on TradingView. They also have a bunch of free stuff available, so do check them out on TradingView. They can certainly help you get away from your TA bullshit and go into more math-based concepts. Also, there's a link to our Discord in the description of the stream as well. Come join us, come hang out, come ask questions. And I actually wanted to mention on this note, we've had a person impersonating one of our members. So somebody was impersonating Pig in the Discord, asking for money for lifetime access for the tools. This person's certainly not associated with us. They've been reported, but do watch out. This will never happen. Sorry, I should phrase that differently. You will never be asked by a member of our team or of the BA Pig team for any sort of payment. Yeah, exactly. This person has been reported. It was a scam, so hopefully you guys caught that. I think the members caught it pretty early, so well done, guys. All right, also I have a Twitter available. I do my best to spot some occurrences outside of the stream, so come follow me there as well. All right, let's take a look at the markets. How did the world do today? Indices, let's start off with Australia as we usually do. Australia is still picking up on that HVP, going above the due. XCM now printing greens. Nice. MOM has gone positive. SSR moving up. Nice. All right, let's take a look at Germany. Just quickly browse through these. How much time do we have? We have 11 minutes before the market open. Germany also got that bout of volatility. Still looks to be expanding above the MA. I actually have my MA set longer than I usually do. I think, yes, I usually have it on a 3 MA. My apologies. Not too important though. I'm still expecting this to continue for the time being. Let's wait and see how that turns out. This is pretty high though. This is not a place where I'd want to continue. I paid 2k where I'd want to continue betting on volatility or be taking bets right here right now on volatility continuing. I think the time to do that was back here when HVP was printing zeros. Nice. SSR still moving up for what it's worth, and MOM is positive, due is positive, and the XCM is positive as well. Nice. Let's take a look at Russia. Russia was getting hammered. All right, looks okay. I'm not expecting too much further downside out of this right here right now. Just as the volatility is high, I would be looking for more ranging type or essentially a cool off in the HVP. I think we've had instances before. You know, it doesn't mean that we can't get price change over a certain period of time, but certainly nothing so intense, as I'm expecting lower volatility in the future here. Entropy has come down as well, suggesting that you are getting more certainty and less randomness in the market, so pay attention to this as well. And the SSR, nothing too significant there quite yet. The big moves should be expected to the downside still here, as the price is below the due and the XCM is still printing reds. Take a look at Moscow. Moscow also not faring too well on the lows here. Very similar kind of stance, very high HVP reading. Entropy moving lower, and the DU and XCM also are negative here. UK 100. All right, perfect. We are now seeing that volatility expansion in the UK 100 at that midline right now. It's printing greens on the XCM and the DU, and the SSR is moving up. Nice, probably some upside for the UK from here on out, at least as long as this persists. China, nice. Okay, yes, we were noting the 0 HVP reads, suggesting, hey, there's a potential here for a move, as the HVP is now printing zeros. Looks like the beginning of that move has started to come into the upside. The one bet I would want to make here is that there will likely be higher volatility in the future as this looks to be expanding. Although this type of behavior, I don't expect it to persist, as the SSR is now outside of the band. Mostly I would want to bet on the higher HVP here. I would want to bet on the higher HVP for China. HSI, very similar kind of stance, likely to start something new on the SSR as it is extremely low. Japan going into a period of very high volatility again. Wow. From one block over to the next. If you are trading options in this area, nice, well done. You got some meat on the bones here to sell volatility. I don't really want to go into suggesting what you could do, but maybe the way I would usually play something like this is I would wait for volatility to start declining just a little bit here, and take a chance on an options play. If we go over to for example, 1, and if we set 15 on either side, I would want to be short some calls and puts. Oh no, let's go to 0 actually. And I'm quite okay with having about a 70% probability on a trade, and you can also use the market chameleon tool to figure out if premium is expensive right now by using their IV30 rank. But generally I would be short 45 days out, and I would sell them with 21 days left till expiry. So this is your 45 bars. Henry has taught me this to leave a line. Nice, powerful shortcuts. I'd essentially just want to sell these calls, and I'd want to sell these puts. I would want to check to see if the IV rank is high, to suggest the premium there's enough premium on the bones. But this is the play that I would usually make, and this has roughly a 70% chance of success just going off of the cone here. You can also use deltas to determine how successful you might be at booking profit. All right, let's take a look at Nikkei. Nikkei is a little bit more complex than Japan 225. I would assume that these two follow pretty closely, and we actually have mutual information now to figure that out. We won't be doing that with these markets, but we'll do them with some other ones. Nikkei is not making it so easy with the HVP being here at the midline. Just from this rise, I would assume it would continue to rise, but it certainly doesn't have to. It's at the 50 line, could go either way. Anything else that's significant? No, not really. Right now the XCM, I believe, is printing a red, depending on how this one closes. Yes, so do take a look at that. All right, let's take a look at Dow Jones getting into the US markets. Nice, Dow Jones still expanding the HVP, going positive on the DU, exciting stuff. Going green on the SSR as well. I believe yesterday, sorry, not yesterday, the day before yesterday, I was suggesting, hey, pay attention to the SSR as it's likely to give you something here. It was extremely low. We are getting that now. Rug pull to the upside. Here we come. Let's see if this persists. As long as this does, I'm expecting more upside on this. Nice. Nice. S&P 500. The SSR is also moving up, but not in such a fashion. The DU and XCM are going positive here. or have gone positive a little while back. Yo, fix the powerful. All right, what happened there? Some volatile dude. Why were you not able to talk in chat? Mom going positive here as well. Not much of a trend though. Not much of a trend. I would still expect higher volatility in the future, but my WSB puts, yeah, exactly. Didn't work out too well, did they? Didn't work out. We have to wait and see. I mean, price is fucking random, you know. So it's like we make fun of them this week, but next week, you know, something might happen. Fucking who knows? Who knows? Generally things go up. Generally things go up. Let's take a look at the 5% coin again. Let's actually do let's take a look at the expected moves. You know, we make fun of the WSB guys, but what can we expect on the weekly, on the daily as well? Okay, so for the weekly, we are now approaching the second expected move. Nice on the Friday close. Oh, hang on, let me take this one off. Yes, okay. We're approaching the second expected move here. Let me see what my probability on that is. So five on either side. So it has a 5% chance of closing above 47.38. That is not much of a chance. We do have to wait until Friday to actually play that out if we wanted to play it. I got a big burn. You got rugged. I got a big burn on my ball sacks now. Nice. Couple of things of note here. The SSR is not trending. It is giving you some sort of a mean reversion. And the HVZ is outside of the band here, suggesting a local extreme. We should still continue to look up, generally speaking, as the XEM and the DO are going positive and the volatility is expanding here. I'm going to remain positive on the markets as long as those two things are present, especially on the weekly, although we are approaching the second expected move. So we shouldn't expect too much out of Friday is what I'm trying to say. We got one trading day left, 2 trading days left, and we're at the second expected move. You know, unlikely to see anything crazy right here, right now. All right, let's take a look at the daily. What can we expect for the day today? First move to the downside, 46.69, excuse me. 46.17 is the second one, 45.72 if things get crazy. Similarly to the upside, 47.38, 47.90, and 48.37. I need some drama in markets. Well, just join the Wall Street Bets Discord and you will certainly see some drama. Those guys are fucking crazy. Also, this new server that I don't know if Bali's here. Maybe I got him on YouTube. I gotta actually check YouTube chat. The fucking server that Bali sent me over to, or everybody over, he like posted this server that had a bunch of communists in there, and I was just like reading through the comments, and he was trying to talk about math, but they were way too interested in ideological arguments. You know, you want drama in your life, fucking go join there. It's nice to not have drama in mathematics. It's just like literally, oh, here's a fact. Nice. Oh, well, what else needs to be said about it? All right, and that's the market open. How's Nasdaq doing? A little bit of a down open for Nasdaq. SSR looking up here, likely higher volatility in the future. We've covered this already in the past. Let's see how the weekly is doing. Is it at the second expected move yet? No, but just approaching it. Just approaching it. Unless the two identifies as 38. Yeah, exactly. There was actually a fucking, oh my god, this was a hilarious post. I think, what's that guy who did that movie? Oh my, okay, sorry, I'm doing a terrible, Terrence Howard. Okay, Terrence Howard. I'm thinking of that rapper movie or whatever, where he was a pimp but also a rapper and they got put in jail. Terrence Howard attempted to prove something nutty, like 1 + 1 = 0 or some shit like that, and he wrote some fucking extensive paper. I'm gonna post it in Discord. It's pretty good for memes. It's pretty good for memes. All right, let's take a look at Bitcoin here. Bitcoin having a little bit of a dump. Hey, Tone Vase, looks like your triangle worked out perfectly. Hey, remember on when the fuck was it, on Tuesday, when we were making fun of him, saying, oh, this is what you're looking at, and we're looking at the 1% odds that we got here on the daily. You know, this is the power of probabilities versus your shitty triangles. It is now 30 bars back. Wow, we're moving up in days. You know, you got pretty damn close to the 1% probabilities here. Decent place to take a chance. As we all know over from our group, doesn't mean it can't go lower. Doesn't mean it can't keep dipping. Price is random. It's just some places are you're less likely to have price be there than other places. And these guys are smart enough to calculate the odds and kind enough to provide those tools to us. And so you know, like 1% odds, pretty decent place to take a chance. Whereas those guys that draw triangles, they would have been waiting. They would have bought this candle. They are now in the process of getting liquidated. So thank you very much, Tone Vase, for your grade 3 art class. Very, very nice. Way to solve poverty there. Good job. All right. Should we expect this to continue? For the time being, yes. As I said before, you know, as long as the XCM remains negative here, I'm still expecting higher volatility. Likely the big moves come to the downside. We are in unlikely land now, although we do have entropy moving down, and that would suggest, hey, this is the time to be trading. I do have my entropy filter set pretty damn high at 95%. But you know, you got the probabilities are here. You have an expectation of higher volatility in the future. So far things look negative, with the mom kind of confirming that, R squared expanding and moving down as well. You know, I'm expecting more negativity here unless something turns around here or we reach some sort of an extreme, maybe an SSR, maybe on the HVZ or the HVP, or entropy begins to move back up, or we get a flip on the DU and the XCM. It doesn't mean that I won't take chances on the percent cones, because those have been pretty damn good in the past, but it also means that it's not like a maximum is what I'm trying to say. Like it can go below 1%. It can go to 0.1%, 0.01%. It's just less and less likely. Yes, and I'm certainly not betting short here. I want to make that extremely clear. I'm definitely most certainly not betting short. My big bet is on volatility. I remain positive on volatility. I think we will see more volatility in the future. All right, some people had some requests. Let's take a look at those now. Henry Hawk had a request for the 33-year time frame. Unfortunately, we will not be looking at it today. Sorry, buddy. Weebo's posted something, but it has now left the chat. Perfect twist. I was gonna look at twat. I'm happy I asked. All right, Twist Bioscience. Powerful twisties. Right. Go 23 bars back on the cone. I'm definitely not a comedian, though. All right, you are in unlikely land. I don't know if you want to be taking chances out here or not. You got pretty close to 1%. I'm assuming it's like 2% or something like that. Yeah, you got to 2%. Decent place to take a chance. I don't know if you're adding this to a portfolio or what you're doing with this. 12,053 days. Yeah, we're definitely not looking. We'll take a look at Tesla in a second. My expectation would be higher volatility here. Let's take a look at the weekly as well. Not much history on the weekly, but probably higher volatility on the weekly as well, although that will take some amount of 33 years to play out. SSR moving up on this move up, XCM printing greens, and mom going positive. Doesn't mean it can't go lower over time, but a decent place to take a chance nonetheless, especially if you're adding to a portfolio using the Kelly. Nice. When will Zazaj sit on my face? Yeah, I don't know. That girl likes us, though. That girl likes us. I think we are very quickly becoming a favorite. A favorite restreamer of Zazaj. Goals. All right. The Diffusion Pharmaceuticals. This is also another one. How are you sourcing these? Are you looking at insider buys? Is somebody YOLOing all this shit? Also higher volatility in the future. You are below the drift line on the cone, or the midline there. You're not at any sort of crazy probability, but you do have some positivity in this if you wanted to add. As long as the XCM is printing greens, I would expect higher volatility in the future. You got a potential for a move up. SSR moving up. Nice. Decent ad for the time being. Twist I'll talk about in Discord after the show. Perfect. Nice. This come join us in Discord. All right, let's take a look at Tesla, a market favorite. Let's see if Tone has drawn any triangles on this one. Tesla also in a negative stance here. We were looking at probabilities earlier in the week. Take a look again. And I actually want to turn on the probability panel here between 12:04 and 9:50. Test 12. Over the next 30 days, you have 16% chance of closing below 950, 39% chance of closing within range. Not Sarnos, thank you very much for the sub, much appreciated. And 44% chance of closing above. So the probabilities are still skewed to the upside here over the next 30 days. I believe on Tuesday, I'll have to go back and double check, but I believe I was saying that we probably still have more upside on this. I was basing this on the actual probabilities. That they are still skewed to the upside. For the time being, if we were to ask the question, what's going on right now? How can we best describe the market conditions currently? It is in a negative stance, with the mom being negative, as well as being below the dew line and the XCM sprinting reds. I would expect the big moves to come to the downside, although volatility looks like it's cooling. It doesn't look like we're going to get big massive moves incoming just yet. We'll probably see lower volatility in the near future, maybe even some sort of range over here, and then we'll have to reassess. Let's take a look at the weekly on Tesla as well while we're here. Weekly still in a positive stance, bouncing off of that dew line. XCM still keeping it positive. I have to remain positive on this. There isn't like my opinion doesn't count for shit. It just this is what we're looking at. This is what the tools are telling us, that hey, as long as this persists, you should be positive on a weekly basis. On a daily basis for the time being, not so much. If we were to bet, we should bet to the upside. Yes, we will take a look at Hexo, absolutely. I actually wanted to cover the pot sector altogether. All right, let's take a look at that first. How was the stream yesterday, Dogman? All right, so full disclosure, I did add to the pot sector a while back, I believe somewhere in this area. I'm still holding onto it. I'm not holding Hexo per se, but I am holding Tilray, CGC, and Kron. I'm going to continue to do so. Only half free. Don't worry, you'll get to full re soon. All right, let's widen out the probabilities here a little bit to the downside, maybe a 0.1. 0.5, something like that. Okay, so somewhere between 0.5 and 1%. You have a what is it, 99% chance of staying within the cone. Pretty damn high chances. I would expect lower volatility in the future, as it is quite high right now, although it is still looking like it's rising, so we would have to wait for it to actually start cooling off before we would have a little bit more confidence. And it doesn't mean that something like this can't happen, you know, where you get a rise in volatility, a little cool off, and then a further rise. Yeah, nothing's for certain. It's just volatility is currently high. I would expect lower volatility in the future in an undefined time period. As long as the XEM is printing greens, I would remain positive on this. Looks like I'm positive on this for the time being, with the SSR moving up as well. Nice. I don't have an opinion on how long this will persist, but good a place as any to take a chance, in my opinion, and just hold and be exposed to something like this. Let's take a look at Tilray. I think there were some other ones that were offering you better opportunity. Tilray still has quite a bit of room of volatility, actually. Yeah, weekly volatility is very low. Tilray. Looks like you have a chance with the XCM. I mean, we could do something like this that we did last time when an XCM went positive. There's just no way to know into the future. We just have to wait and see essentially what happens. And then we just take chances on it. We are in unlikely land on a lot of these stocks. That's why I wanted to take a chance here on them. Probabilities over the next 30 days, I would assume, are still skewed to the downside. Let's actually check those. Yeah, the HVZ is very low. Likely volatility incoming in your big massive move. All right, let's take a look at the probabilities. Actually, let's do it on Hex. I'm assuming because of this shit that I own, let's just do it on shit that you own. I'm assuming that they're still skewed to the downside over the case. Go 7 cents, 5. Chili, what's going on? All right, here are your probabilities over the next 30 days. 36% of downside below 85 cents, 43% chance of staying within the range, and 20% chance of going above. So take that as you will. You had some nice trades off of the cone there. While the XCM is positive, I would remain positive on that. We don't have a clue as to how long that will continue on for. I added. I'm gonna continue to have exposure to the pot sector. Let's take a look at CGC. Yes, okay, CGC offering you I think better chances because the HEP is extremely high read here. You are grinding the 0.5% cone. Just you have a 90% chance of staying inside it. The XCM has gone positive on it. The expectation here should be lower volatility in the future, and the SSR is now moving up. Yeah, do you read an SSR? Yeah, exactly. As long as these two persist, I would expect immediate term upside and then reassess, and probably lower volatility in the future. I think Kron is offering you an even better opportunity though, as the HEP is extremely high. HEZ although has cooled off, and I think this one gave you a 0.1% chance. Not quite. Almost though. Almost. Very similar across the sector. And the SSR is moving up. Yes, exactly. So as long as the SSR persists, I would expect immediate term upside. The thing with SSR, like it depends, right? SSR is extremely tradable, but it's not like you can assume a full-on, hey, we're going to the upside for the next 10 years of the SSR. Like there's just no tool to kind of give you that. My expectation here, and as to why I'm taking chances, is because of the HVP, because of the probabilities. I think that gives me much more context than just the SSR. Like the SSR are used for immediate trading. Like, yeah, probably upside in the IREEEE's similarity in returns is low right now. So can you expand on that a little bit? Like what assumption are you making based on that compared to Hexo where it's high? Okay, let's take a look at Hexo. See, I don't I don't look at whether it's low or high. I look if it's moving up or if it's moving down, and also if it's at any sort of extreme. Like if it's moving up as it is currently on Hexo, I'm expecting self-similarity in returns to continue, meaning I'm expecting returns to be self-similar as we go into the future, until that stops. It's extremely quick. When we're outside of the band, I'm expecting I'm assuming that this move will not persist, because it is at some sort of extreme, so likely we do some sort of mean reversion instead of trending move. And when it's low, my assumption is that, hey, we're likely to start a trending move, or at least we should be looking for one in the near future, as it's also an extreme on the downside. It's like a measure of not a measure of but it's indication of persistence, essentially, for me. I use it instead of autocorrelation, and I find it's way quicker. It's definitely tradable, but I'm not I don't think it can be used to denote, hey, we're gonna reverse here and we're gonna move up for the next 10-20 years or whatever. Yeah, no assumption, just the read. Okay, gotcha. All right, let's take a look at oh, actually, probably this is a good place to bust out some mutual information. The guys over at BA Pig have done an incredible job at coming up with crazy math-based stuff, and it's extremely useful stuff. And they've brought out mutual information, I believe, close to a month ago. I've gotten a chance to play around with it today, actually. I've done a bunch of reading. What's up, Gold Lord? How you doing? I've done a bunch of reading. I'm not going to get everything about this right, because I'm obviously not a programmer. You should come check us out in Discord, and also read up on Wikipedia on what mutual information is, as I've done. I'm gonna do my best to describe, and also read the description. Always read the description. So mutual information. In probability theory, mutual information of two random variables is a measure of the mutual dependence between the two variables. More specifically, it quantifies the amount of information in units such as Shannon, bits, nats, or Hartleys obtained about one random variable by observing the other random variable. The concept of mutual information is intimately linked to that of entropy of a random variable, a fundamental notion in information theory that quantifies the expected amount of information held in a random variable. All right, so what does this mean? This would essentially ask the question: how much can we tell about a variable y by observing variable x? Right. So when we're constructing portfolios, when we are building when we're trying to take on risk assets, and especially when we use the Kelly, for example, if there is, previously what we would say is, if there's a high correlation between the two trades, you're essentially taking the same trade, which is true. But the problem with using correlation is that it only measures the linear relationship between two assets. So if maybe I shouldn't go into linear relationship, but it's essentially like per dollar change in one asset, right? There's going to be a linear dollar change in another asset. It doesn't have to be 1-to-1. It can be like 1-to-2, but it's constant. Whereas a non-linear relationship can do something like that. Read up on that. Master for high omega pot stock. Yeah, exactly. Okay, so how does mutual information help us? Well, these guys have been doing a fucking crazy job. It essentially measures both linear and non-linear relationships, so it gives us a much better understanding of what kind of risk we are taking. And it's also, from my understanding, not as easy to change the mutual information metric as it is to change the correlation, even with p-value, for example. So this should give us much more accurate way of constructing a portfolio. It should also give us extremely quick way of scouting trades, essentially. Because, for example, if I want to bet on the pot sector, and let's say I have an ETF like MJ that covers, you know, a lot of the market. It covers a lot of the market. And then I want to maybe I want to buy some of this, but I also want to make bets on individual companies. I can now use mutual information in order to tell whether I'm taking the same bet or not. Oh, perfect timing. All right, excuse me, I got a phone call. 1 second, guys, sorry. I know, terrible. All right, yeah, sorry guys. This is fucked timing. All right, I got a delivery. I'm gonna run an ad. I've explained what I wanted to explain about mutual information. We're gonna go into actually using it right after this advertisement break. Jesus Christ. All right, 1 second. Fucking professional right here. Yeah, big massive move on the toilet incoming right now. Oh, I can't even run an ad. I haven't looked at time. All right, hold on 1 minute please. I'm sorry, go look at Zazaj. Good luck, I'll be right back. All right, motherfuckers. I'm back. All right. All right. Apologies. Welcome back. Okay, so mutual information. How can this help us? This can help us to take trades that have much less dependence on one another. And bets you done on stream. You know what? You're getting very close to having your mod status removed, Henry. You're fucking playing with fire right there. All right. Yes, this can help us take trades which have very low mutual information that are in the same sector. So, for example, we have a ETF like MJ, and this probably is extremely good for crypto. Because there are about 10,000 cryptos, and most of them probably have a decently high mutual information with the total market cap. So you're essentially taking the same trade over and over, and you're laying on more and more risk, and you're going further and further outside of your Kelly. All right, but let's take a look with MJ. So let's set this to MJ, the ETF, not NJ, the New Jersey. Okay. And then let's take a look at the individual stocks. And it's an extremely quick way of figuring out how much information how much one depends on the other. So the normalized mutual information is a metric measured between a 0 and 1. So 0.34 is decently high. I've seen instances with much lower mutual information than that. This is something that you're going to have to make a decision on for yourself in terms of what is an acceptable number for you, or how you want to make bets on this. Maybe you want to make bets on high mutual information. I don't know. Yeah, that part is up to you. It also provides information adjusted correlation, which the assumption I'm taking away, there wasn't much in the description for the adjusted correlation, but the assumption I'm taking away from this is that if there's positive movement in the MJ ETF, we should expect positive movement in the stock as well. And if this number is negative, obviously vice versa. I noticed that higher time frames have higher levels of mutual information. Okay. I have not played around with higher time frames. I've only been looking at the daily so far. Let's take a look at CGC. 0.37, so very, very similar. 0.38. Let's take a look at Hexo. 0.32. What's the shitty ones? 0.34. Wow, pretty consistent across the sector. What are the like penny stocks for the pot sector? There's a bunch of them that I blanking on. MSRT, is that right? Okay. Dogman, the perfect man to ask about the perfect master roots. There we go. I kept thinking you were quoting master, or not master, MicroStrategy, the with the fucking master ticker. Yes, okay, perfect. So here's master roots with a normalized mutual information of 0.08. Very low mutual information. Does this mean that this is a hedge to the MJ sector? No, it does not. It just means that we can't expect to know anything about how this will move based on how MJ moves, and it's also in the same sector. It does have information adjusted correlation of 0.52, which would suggest positive moves. Was this half the time? Honestly, I have to double check on this and get back to you. This is something I should ask Bali about. And informational adjusted beta is a measure of how much risk you're taking on compared to the rest of the market. The thing I'm looking at is the normalized mutual information here. MicroStrat might be a great pick. Yeah, exactly. So you know, if you're making bets, especially when you have something like the crypto total, excuse me, set that to total. and you have tens of thousands of cryptos that you're looking at, it might not be such a bad idea to take a look at mutual information, because then you can certainly prevent yourself from being way too far out on the risk curve, and going way outside the Kelly. So for example, Bitcoin has a 0.5 mutual information with total, which is extremely high, whereas, you know, on FTX you can make a bunch of bets that don't depend on the total. I think I saw Rook being one of them. Let's take a look here. Oh, I also think Solana has pretty decently low mutual information. Yes, Solana has a 0.13 mutual information with the rest of the market. Yeah, so when I'm going to normalized, is it -1 or 1 or 0 to -1, or excuse me, 0 to 1? So for normalized mutual information, it's a metric between 0 and 1, 0 being completely independent and 1 being completely dependent. For correlation, it's -1 to 1. For beta, I think it's 0 to infinity as far as I'm aware. Yeah. Because if we, for example, I know you can get, of course you can get negative correlation, and it's correlation, right? For example, if we look at volatility versus the total, you're going to see negative correlation and negative beta as well. Yeah, so when you're using the Kelly, when you're trying to, but not negative MI, no, not negative MI. When you're using, because it goes from completely independent at 0 to completely dependent at 1. Yeah, so this is a powerful new tool. I will certainly be using it when I'm constructing a portfolio as soon as I am out of this volatility trade, which I hope to be out of soon. Although let's see, because you know, there's certainly not any sort of extreme on the HVP. I'm actually, I think, just about to be profitable, hopefully, on the asset itself. By the way, BVol USD fucking sucks. I'm sorry for being so rash about it, but it's just absolutely fucking terrible product. I should have done this properly with the options, but unfortunately, I was silly. My mistake. Next time I will certainly be using options, and probably when volatility is high, actually I will put some money onto shorting options on Deribit as well, and we'll go over that when the time comes. For now though, you know, we'll definitely be keeping this. Also, this can challenge some of the assumptions that people have, right? Like I know Smintz was saying, and actually I was under this impression as well, that when the dollar pumps, crypto and all risk assets must dump. This was my notion of a while ago, but actually it has extremely low mutual information with the crypto cap total at 0.05. It does, to be fair, has a negative correlation, so when we see positive moves in this, we should expect to see negative moves in crypto cap total. But very, very low mutual information. And I expected Bitcoin to have high mutual information with US oil, as it uses energy, but that notion was also challenged when I took a look at mutual information. This is why data beats narrative. At 0.04, very low mutual information between those two assets. So, you know, if the point is to take on uncorrelated bets in reasonable sizes, this is a fucking crazy tool. And actually, I think Taleb was using it for Nassim Taleb was using it to disprove the notion that IQ has a high correlation to wealth. So, you know, he's on this bandwagon as well, and props to the BA Pig team for bringing it out, because you now have the tools in your hand, same tools that Taleb uses. That's a pretty fucking I don't see anybody else doing it, so thank you. All right, perfect. That's about all I wanted to say on this for now. Any other stocks we want to look at today? What time is it? 6:06 where I'm at. Let's maybe take a look at some of the market favorites. How's AMC doing? How's GM doing? Hey, Jack. Welcome. AMC still expecting higher volatility in the future, crossing you here, printing greens on the XCM, going positive on MOM as well, and SSR now moving up. I'm still expecting higher vol in the future on this. This was on IV rank as well. On Market Chameleon. GME is still negative here. Overall, I mean, we could take a look at probabilities for some. Yeah, lower on the weekly, higher on the daily. But that's the one bet I would want to make is a volatility bet on something like this. Anything else we want to look at? HVZ on GME weekly. Dogman, you love the long-term stuff, hey? Look at that. That's a tight butthole. Yeah, that's likely to pop. That's extremely tight on the bands. I think this is gonna take a long time. That's crazy. I think I saw that on Tesla, if I'm not mistaken. Tesla had a similar setup. Was it? Yeah, on weekly, very kind of similar, although the weekly volatility was very low on Tesla as well. And I think this was during that long ass period where we were saying, hey, there's a trade-in coming on Tesla, there's a trade-in coming, when we were just starting out, and we got that pop. Let's take a look. Let's go back to GME quickly. The problem with AMC and GME as compared to Tesla is that this was such a crazy volatility event. Like the color change on the HVZ denotes that, right? Like if we were to take a look at HV, for example, instead of HVP, like this was a crazy event. So the expectation or the assumption here is that it's not that you'll get the same type of volatility, it's that you'll get less volatility in the future. At least that's how I'm that's how I'm looking at that. That's the assumption I'm making. Overall, over a long period of time, I think we get less volatility. You'll still get volatility pops, of course, but they won't be of such magnitude. I don't think, just because this is extremely high. I would expect that to revert back to something like this. 87% of the weeks were lower. Yeah. I mean, this is going to take some time to play out too. But on the daily, you have an opportunity with HVP printing zeros, very low HV as well. Probably an options play in there for the next 30-45 days, maybe 120 days. So you have to wait and see. So far, it looks like it's to the downside. AMC's not making it so easy for you. AMC's in a very similar precarious position. HVP, give me my HVP back. Yes. All right. Yeah, I think I'm gonna leave you guys there. Thank you very much for joining. Catch the Dogman stream for the market close today. He's going to be streaming as he was yesterday. He covers a lot more in depth the concepts behind the indicators from the perspective of, you know, somebody who's learning about them, learning about the math, trying to cover some tasty videos as well. Lots and lots of good content there, so do check him out. Go follow him on YouTube, go follow him. I don't think he's on Twitch. Go follow him on YouTube, and come join us in Discord as well for all of the Twitch stream updates and YouTube stream updates as well. Thank you guys so much for joining. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you guys make lots and lots of money trading. Use the mutual information to your advantage. That's going to be a huge tool in our inventory for not getting blown up. Enjoy Thursday. We'll see you back here tomorrow. Oh, do you guys want to raid? You want to raise a Zodge, or do you want to go home? You want to go home and trade, or do you want to go to some lady's house and look at her bathtub? All right, I think these guys want to go home. Rate a crypto streamer if you can. Really? Oh, I don't know. I don't know if we want to give them. I don't know if we want to give them a platform. Honestly, the hot tub ladies have more to say of value than the fucking crypto streamers. Like Zazaj was talking about like fucking like marriage and shit last time, and like money and marriage. And like that's like, all right, you guys want to go into crypto stream? All right, fuck it, fine. Let's see who else is in my category. But Zazaj is online, guys. Categories, crypto. Oh my god, is there a crypto chick? Suddenly all my fears and anxieties are right away. True. Oh, there's a game called Crypto. What? Oh no, this is yeah, this is the fucking cesspit of people. They're all Portuguese or Spanish. Why are there so many marquees out here? So many Spanish people here. Holy shit. Trending finance. Yes. Crypto chick, underwear in a hot tub and kitchen to a lot of trades. Oh, you live in a simulation, buddy. That's never gonna happen. English. Yeah, no crypto chicks. Sorry guys, this is a very, very dry section. Look, we are the tallest midget in this section, unfortunately, and everybody's got like 3 fucking viewers.
I was supposed to pay for it after, right? I used to do that. Like when I'm thirsty in the store, I open.
Yeah, of course. All right, parents, go away. Wives, hide your wives, hide your kids. We going raiding.
To us here often